Headphones, the cynical silence of your mediocrity. Slogan: escape the world, not because it is noisy, but because you are irrelevant. Buy silence, buy profit.
Ah, a headphone. What a marvel of glorified uselessness. We are not here to talk about sound quality, neodymium drivers, or active noise cancellation. That's chatter for the middle class who still believe in spec sheets. We are here to talk about status, social isolation, and laziness, the pillars of all good consumption. This product is not about hearing music, it is about not hearing people. And the target audience? Well, the target audience is the mass of digital zombies who feel special for being plugged in, but are terrified of interacting with the real world. They don't want to be bothered by the crying child on the bus or the banal conversations of a co-worker. They want the illusion of a bubble where their self-help podcasts and vibe playlists make them feel superior. What does the client truly buy? They buy the dignity of ignoring reality. They buy the right to walk down the street with an expression of superior boredom, signaling to everyone, "I am too important to notice your trivial existence." It is the perfect tool for anyone with a fear of their own insignificance. The wireless earbud is the most elegant social isolation cordon money can buy. It satisfies the vanity of appearing busy, productive, or at least interesting, when in fact the person is merely avoiding their own loneliness with sonic distraction. And the essential? They need an accessory that not only whispers, but screams, "I am an individual with disposable income to fund my escape from reality." The price is not a cost. It is an admission fee to elite mediocrity. The production cost is, let's face it, laughable. They yearn to display the symbol of "I am modern" and therefore futilely superior, a badge of plastic and metal that proves their cheerful submission to planned obsolescence. The design, the brand, and the color are infinitely more important than the sound. It is the digital addiction medal of honor. It is the easiest way to say, "Don't call me for a conversation. I'm too busy being the protagonist of a music video in my head." And we, the merchants, shall exploit this human misery to the last drop.
The Chronicle of Consumption Optimization and Strategic Alignment. The first tactic is focus and environmental selectivity optimization. Instead of focusing on inclusion, we focus on exclusion. Our paid traffic campaigns on visual dispersion platforms and rapid imitation networks don't show people listening, they show people ignoring. A digital nomad in an airport ignoring a family argument next to them. A freelancer in a cafe filtering out the background noise. The hook is always, maximize your productivity. Competitive noise is not part of your core business. We will use the incessant repetition of short videos where the music only plays after the person puts on the headphones, showing the immediate relief of disconnection. Next, we employ the premium positioning and aesthetic curation strategy. The product will be sold with an aura of unobtainable status, redefined as investment in visual capital. We will sponsor influencers who clearly don't care about audio quality, but rather about brand alignment and the color coordination with their look of the day. They will do 15-second reviews, where the word style appears 5 times for every instance of audio. Paid ads will segment individuals with high purchasing power and low self-esteem, focusing on regions and professions that demand a constant display of success on the avenue of winners in the city of Cynical Bridge. The architects of debt in the finance sector, the paper keepers of risk containment dossiers, and the smoke sellers of startups. The algorithm will be our faithful servant. The great archivist of Vanity Pixel and the behavioral tracking tag will hand us on a platter those who search for best noise cancelling, the anxious, and best selling headphones, the imitators. The copy texts will be loaded with false but sonorously respectable technical terminology, like narrowband cognitive immersion platform and low-latency symbiotic connection, to make the consumer, like Mr. Jupiter from New Rich Borough, feel intellectually superior for buying something they barely understand.
For print media, yes, there are still newspapers for the rich old people. The ad will be minimalist and arrogantly black and white. A photo of the headphones and a sentence, "Your tranquility demands an architecture of value. It is an investment in your capital of focus." This exploits class conflict and elitist vanity. It is not about value, it is about price as a barrier to entry. The high price is not an obstacle, it is a filter that only allows the passage of those seeking to prove something to themselves and others. Finally, the culture of compulsory upgrading. We will create ridiculous memes and trends that mock anyone still using wired headphones, insinuating they are legacy technology users and resource allocation resistors. Subtle digital social humiliation is the biggest purchasing motivator. No one wants to be the ultimate audible mister of Oblivionville, the last to not have one. Peer pressure, the eternal quest for validation in the form of a small object of plastic and metal. It is the beauty of manipulation. We transform insecurity into a technological necessity. Observe the pathetic spectacle, my friend. Human nature, in its infinite and predictable mediocrity, is, in fact, the most inexhaustible gold deposit we have ever discovered. We don't need to mine rocks. We only need to poke vanity, the fear of silence, and the terror of being irrelevant. We sell headphones to these cowardly souls who, unable to face the silence of their own irrelevance, pay dearly for a sonic crutch. They seek refuge in controlled cacophony, a desperate attempt to fill the existential vacuum with digitally optimized noise. The paradox is delicious. The accessory promises control over the environment, but only delivers total submission to distraction, to algorithmic curation, and to the tyranny of status. They are not buying sound, they are buying the very illusion that they are, somehow, the captains of their own minds, when they are mere passive recipients of content. They never learn to live with their own echo, and it is because of this eternal and grateful fragility that I will never run out of money. We are not selling products, we are selling the very illusion of dignity.